A blessed day to you all my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Alright my peeps, so coming up in this video, I have an interview that was done by the franchise superstar Andre Russell. Man had quite a few things to say as relates to West Indies cricket and how we are performing now. He spoke about the selectors, spoke about the management, spoke about the players. Quite a few things my peeps, so just make sure that you listen until the end. And if you have not yet subscribed, please go right ahead and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let us jump straight into it. So over the last couple of days, Andre Russell, he has been very vocal as it relates to West Indies cricket. You know, just a couple days ago, he was actually encouraging people to play red ball cricket. And now we see him talking about the T20 World Cup and the failures and how, you know, quote, the ego of individuals, you know, that is what is pulling West Indies cricket down. He says, ego of individuals pulling West Indies cricket down, says the franchise superstar. Alright, I'm going to go through the article. It's a little bit lengthy. And just make sure you guys sit back and relax and listen as I go through, and feel free to comment and let me know what you're thinking about alright? So the article that is covering the interview starts and it says, West Indian all-rounder Andre Russell feels individual ego and lack of communication from the board and the team management are the two main reasons for the two-time champions' dismal performance in the T20 World Cup. Alright, now this is the first thing that he had to say, and I quote, I am very disappointed with West Indies' performance in the T20 World Cup. No one went with the mindset not to qualify for the Super 12. But at the end of the day, it is the poor selection. You can't blame the players. They tried their best. I am not saying anything because I wasn't a part of the squad. So the man is saying it was because of poor selection why we performed how we performed. Anyway, let me go down into it. I'm going to try to go through the interview and then I will give you my piece after. So he went on to say, knowing what I have done in international cricket, I am going to back my talent and maybe we would have qualified for the Super 12. Maybe a few other players are part of the squad. They could have come to the party. Not saying we would have won the World Cup, but being in the Super 12 gives you every chance of winning. We are two-time champions and I was a part of it. We know what to do on the big stage. That's the reason I am so disappointed. Right? That is what he's saying, my peeps, because they know what to do on the big stage and the big name players would have come to the party. You know, he feels that is why he's so disappointed when he looks back at it. Now, under one section of the interview, they have this section is they label it as cricket, Caribbean cricket going backwards. So let me go down into what Russell had to say. And I quote, let me be straightforward and honest. Too much ego is involved. West Indies was the #1 team in the world in T20 a few years ago. And now we have to play qualifiers. Our cricket is going backwards because they are not picking the best players, forcing good and active players to retire because of the system. So West Indies, they are not picking the best players. They are forcing good and active players to retire because of the system. Alright, that is what Russell is saying, my peeps. This is not what I am saying. He went on to say, for me, it was a simple decision that did not go according to plan. Right? It was a simple decision that did not go according to plan. A few years ago, me, as in him, and the skipper Karen Pollard alongside head coach Phil Simmons had a Zoom call. And they all mentioned the importance of senior players in the squad. I was excited to see the direction they were going. They wanted to know our schedule to advance. They wanted to know our schedule in advance for what series we were available for and what we were not available for. It was straight up. It was a straight up decision. So this is what he's saying, my peeps. A few years ago, apparently they had that discussion. Anyway, I went on to say the guys who are involved now are the same guys who were involved then. The only change is the chairman of selectors, Desmond Haynes. He didn't know the conversation that happened 2 years ago. Disappointed 2 years ago, disappointed that the coach was part of the call and didn't utter a word on what had planned before. Right? They said 4 series were coming up during that period. India, Bangladesh, and New Zealand. India, Bangladesh, New Zealand, and before the World Cup in Australia. And they were using that to probably, they were planning to use that to see if they could get the players going. So he went on to say, I am not on a central contract with West Indies. I am not getting 100% like others. So, my peeps, I hope you are following, No, it's long, but I hope you are following. Andre Russell is saying that they had a talk and they had an agreement, but the selector came in and he wasn't aware. The lead selector came in and he wasn't aware, but the coach, Phil Simmons, did not utter a word. This is what Russell is saying. This is not me. He went on to say, and I quote, for me, playing for West Indies is important. So I said I will miss New Zealand series and I am available for the 3 series. So they agreed. During that period, I missed a few leagues to play for West Indies. No one is looking at that. What they look at is I am missing a series to play the 100 ball cricket that's in England, right? I am not going to allow these guys to dictate my pace. I am not going to allow these guys to dictate my pace. I am 30. Well, he said, yeah, we know he's 34 and, he's going up. So he went on to say, I have no hate for them. I am just disappointed, not with any player and anyone. It's just the guys on the board who are involved in making these decisions. Just tell me, Russ, you can't, just tell me, Russ, you can't go because we want the team gelling for the World Cup and everything. They didn't even tell me that. Right? So that is what Russell is saying, my peeps. Couple more things. As I said, I have my piece to give, after the interview. That was the instruction coming from the head of the board. It sounds from the head of the board. It sounds like a setup. So in the media, they say that I choose to go and play league cricket than choosing to play for West Indies. When we had the discussion months before they selected the 15-man squad, I explained to them that I will have to leave at a certain time. They said, okay. But at the last minute, they know they weren't going to allow it. From the beginning, just be honest. Then I can prepare myself. I miss out on I miss out on this money for the love of West Indies cricket. Right? So the man miss out on his money, CWI, and they need to get in the act together. Right? He went on to say, what I am getting to play this game now, I know in another 10, 15, 20 years, players are going to get ridiculous money when they play this game. I am not going to worry about a mediocre player getting 3 million to play IPL. Long time ago when IPL just started, right? Players used to get maybe $500,000, and they are now saying I am better than this player. Well, I am not better than this player, and I am still getting millions. Alright, my viewers and subscribers, Andre Russell, giving us all of it, my peeps. So he finished off by saying he was asked, are you available to play for West Indies? And this is what he had to say. Definitely. I am 34 and I know my game. and I have the experience. I think I know what to do at certain times. Crucial moments of the game. I have played over 400 T20 matches across, right? That's a lot of experience. That is what he had to say in conclusion. I know that was a journey, my peeps. Hopefully you guys made the end of the journey with me. Just go in the comment section and let me know if you were able to listen to the end, if you were able to watch the video to the end to hear what the franchise superstar Andre Russell is saying. Alright, so this is what I have to say now, my peeps. So Andre Russell is saying that they had a meeting and they had an understanding that, you know, he would miss a couple of miss a series to play, miss a league, you know, to play and thing, and they still decided not to select him even though they had a pre decision and or a discussion or whatever it is. My thing is this, you know, if they gave the man his word that you try and play these 2 series for us, and if you play your other leagues, we won't have any problems. I have a problem with that if they give him his word, if they give him their word, and then at the end of the day they turn around and behave as if that you know, they didn't do anything like that, they didn't say anything like that. But there are certain things that it's written there in the requirements to make the team. You understand? And if a couple of people come together and decide that they are going to make up a plan for you to play, and you get someone taking over the as lead selector, if that person is not privy to that conversation, then you can imagine that you are not going to be selected, because they are probably going to go by the books. And if they don't see you representing or saying that you are saying you are not available, you know, when they call on you, they are probably going to have an issue, you know. But you in yourself probably know that you would have made a certain you know, decision, or you would have come to an agreement with Coach Phil Simmons and Pollard and thing. But as I said, if Desmond Haynes come in and he's not aware of all of that, then you can just imagine you will not be selected. So these are a lot of things, my peeps, a lot of blames being thrown around. Russell is saying that it's because of ego and the breakdown of communication between the team management, the management team and the selectors. You know, that is the main reason. Those are the main reasons why West Indies cricket is struggling now. And main points coming up, probably if he was there, they would have qualified for the Super 12 and things. So I don't know, my peeps. There was a lot of information in the interview, so I'm going to cut it short right here and let you guys go ahead and tell me what you think about it. Big up on yourself, my peeps, and we'll touch base later.